Hi, my name is Nigel Gaymond. I'm the Chief Executive of the BioIndustry Association, or BIA, which is based in London in the UK. And we attend this event every year for the last few years. And it is a unique opportunity really for us to talk to not only a peer group but also global interests within this industry. It's always a fantastic meeting for meeting people, and as is often the case, you meet a lot more people actually from your homeland that you actually don't see when you're back in your homeland, so it's a great way of getting people together.
So Nigel, let's talk a little bit about the UK sector, the UK biotech sector. It's been a difficult year. You've had several flops, companies flop, Renovo, Antiselma, AstraZeneca and Pfizer both closed centers, and then there's always the issue of the hard-to-get venture capital. So UK might be hard-pressed to say it's the second to the US anymore. How do you respond to that? Where's the UK sector going faced with all these problems and challenges?
Well, I think there's no doubt there has been a number of failures, but I would argue that there's no more failure rate. The failure rate is not higher than it has been in other countries. It's just probably gets a lot more attention, and we also have a press in the UK which tends to focus on the negative and so on, but there has been actually a lot of good news as well. There's been some significant fundraisings this year, notably companies like Circassia raising £60 million, so close to $100 million. That was the third biggest raise ever in Europe. So, and there's been other examples, Oxford Nanopore with 25 million. So actually there's been some significant successes in the marketplace. So actually I feel still very bullish about the UK for a number of reasons which we can expand on and so on. And actually I don't think things are as bleak as they're painted. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. But I would argue the same in the States, it's the same in Canada, it's the same elsewhere.
So two more issues. One is, can you talk a little bit about the impact of the patent box, the 10% reduced rate, and then also the extension of the R&D tax credit in the UK from 200% this year to 225% next year. What are those? How do those two issues play into the UK's biotech sector and going forward?
Well, certainly I'll take the latter first. I mean, the R&D tax credits was something that we at the BIA fought for long and hard and the improvement of. We were very, very pleased with the result, obviously, of the rise, but also some of the simplification around the process, around PAYE and national insurance, which has gone on, which I think makes it a lot more palatable for companies. We're clearly aware of other countries, Australia, Canada, for instance, who are being very aggressive on R&D tax credits. So it's something that we need to continue to look at and continue to fine-tune. We're pleased that the government, though, has recognised the need for it. It is very much the lifeblood of our companies. On the patent box, that we see that as a good thing, not per se in terms of how many of our companies that will be positively impacted by it, but also that it sets a clear message out that the UK is open for business and is a great place potentially for developing your IP. And so anything that's going to make the UK an attractive place for developing your IP to go in tandem with the fantastic science base that we have, and also the asset that London is, I think will be a good thing.
Fantastic. Well, those were my primary questions. Now, if you have a point or an issue you would like to discuss, is there anything particular you would like to
I guess probably one more promotional thing about the UK.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just to simply say that one of the things that I've been anxious to do, and I lived for 25 years here in the States, and have come back, and I guess sort of perhaps brought more of a slightly Americanized attitude to bear in terms of how we present ourselves. And I've been arguing vociferously that we should look ourselves as a supercluster, so that our competition perhaps isn't the States or other national countries, but really we should be looking at ourselves as a venue or a destination for life sciences. And I think when we do that, it's Boston, San Francisco, San Diego that become our competition. And then when you look at the asset base we've got, with 4 of the top 10 universities in the world, or 19, I think, of the top 100, that's a fantastic testament to our scientific pedigree, and yet in a country that's only the size of New England. So I certainly would want to highlight the fact that we have this fantastic scientific pedigree, that we've probably got the most visited city in the world from a corporate and a tourist point of view, and that therefore there's some unique advantages in terms of doing things in Europe at the moment. There's some depressed valuations, opportunities, more of an upside for investors, I think, in Europe at the moment, and the science base is fantastic. So I would say if you've turned your eyes away from the UK, come and have a good look, because I think there's a lot to see.